Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest updates across South Sudan and beyond. Today we bring you a very important update from South Sudan, where political tension, security concerns, and humanitarian challenges continue to grow. We have three major developments that are raising serious questions about the future of South Sudan. In this report, first we will talk about a veteran political leader has warned that 2018 peace agreement may be collapsing. Second, we'll talk about lawyers said a former vice president could be in danger while in detention in Juba. And third, civil society groups are asking the president to stop a military operation that could trigger a humanitarian crisis in Akobo. This development could have major consequences for peace and stability in South Sudan. So in this report, we will break everything down step by step so you clearly understand what is happening in South Sudan. Before we begin our report, please, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin our report with warning about the peace agreement in South Sudan. A respected South Sudanese political figure by the name Peter Adwok Nyaba has issued a strong warning about the country's fragile peace process. According to him, Nyaba said the 2018 peace agreement or reply peace agreement, which was meant to end year of conflict, is not being implemented properly. According to him, the agreement is failing because many political leaders are more focused on holding on to power rather than introducing real reform. Nyaba made this remark during a conversation with journalist and podcaster Kafuki Jara. During that discussion, he expressed deep concern about the political direction of South Sudan. Nyaba said many leaders appear unwilling to introduce democratic change that could allow new leadership to emerge. Instead, he believes some leaders want to remain in power indefinitely. Nyaba warned that this attitude is preventing the country from moving forward. Another major concern raised by Nyaba is the issue of national election in South Sudan. South Sudan has long planned to hold election as part of the transition process. However, Nyaba argued that holding election while fighting continues in different parts or in different regions could make the situation worse. Nyaba questioned how election can be considered credible when many areas of the country are still experiencing violence. According to him, some regions remain unstable. He mentioned areas such as Jonglei State, Western Equatoria, Eastern Equatoria. These regions have experienced clash and insecurity. Nyaba asked a critical question. He asked that how can people vote freely in the capital city, Juba, if citizens in other regions cannot safely participate? He said elections must be fair and inclusive across the entire country. Otherwise, the result could be disputed and may create even more tension. Before we move on, please, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Nyaba also accused members of the political elite of deliberately slowing down the peace process. He believes some powerful figures are delaying key reform. According to him, these delays allow them to continue controlling government resources and positions. According to Nyaba suggested that some leaders fear what might happen if true democratic reform take place in South Sudan. He stated that accountability could become a serious issue. In other words, if democratic systems are strengthened, leaders may be forced to answer for past decisions. Because of this, he believes some officials prefer to keep the current system unchanged. Let's move on to humanitarian crisis in South Sudan. Beyond politics, Nyaba also highlighted serious humanitarian challenges facing the country. Millions of people across South Sudan are struggling with daily survival. Some of the major issues include widespread hunger, limited access to education, and health care system that is barely functioning. Nyaba urged the government of South Sudan to focus more on these urgent problems. He stated that political leaders should prioritize the well-being of ordinary citizens instead of focusing only on power struggle. For many families in South Sudan, daily life remains extremely difficult. Food shortages continue in several regions. Many children cannot attend school, and health care facilities often lack medical and equipment. These challenges are affecting millions of people in South Sudan. Let's move on. Another report, and this is new. Detention of former vice president. Now let's move to another major story. According to this report, lawyer representing former vice president Benjamin Bolmel said his life could be in danger. Bolmel has reportedly been held in detention for about 120 days without trial in Juba. His legal team say this situation is extremely serious. They have now submitted a petition to the Minister of Justice asking for urgent action. According to this report, the petition was filed by the lawyer Kirschol. In the document, the lawyer said Bull Mill was arrested at his home in November 2025. According to legal team, a security agent detained him late at night and placed him in custody. Since then, they say he has been ill without formal charges. Well, one of the biggest concerns raised by the lawyer is former Vice President Bolmel health. They say his medical condition is getting worse inside the detention. According to the petition, he has not received proper medical treatment during his detention. The lawyer warned that if urgent action is not taken, his life could be at risk. According to his team, they say he needs immediate medical care. They also want authorities to allow him access to his family and legal representative. Former Vice President Bolmel legal team argued that his detention violates the country constitution. South Sudan's transitional constitution guarantees several fundamental rights. These rights include the right to personal liberty, the right to a fair trial, and protection from torture or inhuman treatment. The lawyer said these rights have not been respected in this case. They also claim Bullmail has been denied visit from family members and lawyers. In addition, they say some of his personal property was seized without a court order. This reportedly includes houses and vehicles. Let's learn from what the lawyers are demanding. In their petition, the lawyer of former Vice President Dr. Bullmail are asking the government to take clear action. They say authorities must either, number one, bring Bullmail before court if there is evidence against him, or second, release him and allow him access to family, lawyers, and doctors. They argue that keeping someone in detention without charges for a month is illegal. It is illegal under the country law. A person cannot be held without charges for more than 72 hours unless a court approved it. Bullmail detention come after a dramatic political change. When we look at the political background of the case, last year, President Salva Kiir Mayardit removed him from his position as vice president. The dismissal was announced in a presidential decree on national television. Bullmail was also removed from his role as the deputy leader of the ruling party. At the time, some political observers believe he could become a future successor to the president, Salva Kiir Mayardit. But after the dismissal, security forces reportedly surrounded his residence in Juba. According to his aides and family members and staff that were prevented from visiting him soon afterward. I mean, these people that try to visit him where he's detained, they were blocked from accessing him. Now let us move to the next report. Civil society warning about military action. Now, several society groups across South Sudan have issued a warning about a possible military operation in Jonglei. These organizations are asking President Kiir to stop a planned offensive in Jonglei state. They fear the operation could lead to a humanitarian disaster. The group say the planned military action could violate the 2018 peace agreement. The situation became more serious after the army reportedly issued a 72-hour ultimatum. The order called for the closure of a base used by the United Nations mission in South Sudan in Akuba County. The directive also told civilians in the area to leave their home. Civil society organizations say this action could expose thousands of people to danger. The United Nations mission has been providing protection and humanitarian assistance to vulnerable communities. Removing peacekeeper could leave civilians without protection. The group warned that a large military offensive could cause mass displacement, civilian casualties, and severe humanitarian suffering. Some counties in northern Jonglei have already experienced violence in recent months. This area include Uror, Ayut, Nurol, and Duk. Reports suggest that civilians, especially women, children, and elderly people, have already been affected by the fighting. Civil society leaders are now calling for dialogue instead of a military confrontation. They believe political negotiations are the best way to resolve tension between the government and opposition forces. The opposition movement in the region is associated with forces loyal to Dr. Riek Machar. Activists say renewed fighting could weaken the fragile transitional government. They warned that if tension escalates further, the country could face a wider conflict. Permanent activist Edmund Yakani also spoke about the situation. He urged the UN peacekeeping mission not to leave its position. According to Yakani, the United Nations mission has a mandate to protect civilians from violence. He stated that withdrawing from the area could endanger thousands of lives. Yakani warned that if peacekeepers leave under pressure, it could weaken civilian protection across the country. Taken all this together, these three developments, it shows how fragile the situation in South Sudan remains. South Sudan is dealing with political disagreement, security tension, and serious humanitarian challenges. Many citizens are hoping that leaders will focus on peace, stability, and development. But the path forward remains uncertain. As South Sudan moves through this delicate period, the decision made by political leaders will have a huge impact on the future of the nation. Will the peace agreement be fully implemented? Will political differences be resolved through dialogue? And will humanitarian needs receive the attention they deserved? These are the questions many citizens are asking today. The coming month could be critical for the country's future. If you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.